Well, thanks for coming out today. First question, and I'm sure I'll get a lot of different answers, but what would you like to see happen for your game after or through the clinic today? What type of improvement are you looking for?
I would like to be able to get the ball in the air more than I do.
Okay. There's supposed to be a divot for every golf shot. Okay, good. How many of you are aware that the divot is always in front of the ball? Okay, good. Yeah. All right. Most golfers take their divots behind the ball. And then that golfer swears off of ever taking another divot again, because that divot behind the ball hurts. And so the golfer doesn't figure out why the club is entering the ground before the ball. They just figure out how to avoid hitting the ground first, in whatever way, shape, or form. And then making contact with the ball and being consistent is very, very difficult. The club is designed, does everybody, you all know the parts of the club? Okay. This gooseneck right here is forward leaning. And the gooseneck itself sets the grip end of the club out in front of the club head. This is the end that has to arrive over in the impact zone over the ball before this end. Okay? So when you come into impact, your hands have to arrive before the club head. Now the brain doesn't like that. It says, my hands are over the ball and this club head is way back there. I better help it. It's got to catch up, okay? And bam. That's what we end up doing, is flipping. When we flip, the club head and the club shaft and left arm get in line way behind the golf ball. When we send that club head out in front of the hands, that's an underhand throw. So we were born with the bad habit of flipping, okay? It's not instinct to try to trap this ball against the ground to send it up, okay? But when the club head comes into the golf ball and the leading edge of the club face, which is the bottom edge right here, the edge that's closest to the target, comes in and it's moving up, meaning the handle is moving backwards, that hits the ball at the belly, okay? Sometimes you get lucky and you hit it below the equator and that ball goes in the air. Okay, and it feels like a pretty darn good shot, and you get the height and you get a little bit of control and you ask yourself, what did I do different on that shot that I can lock in on so that I can repeat it? You didn't do anything different on that shot. You still sent the club head, the handle was back there, but the leading edge got below the equator of the golf ball. All right? So the feel of what you did to execute that shot was the same. The only difference in feel was the ball leaving the face. Okay? So you can't put your thumb on, how do I stay with that one? It's elusive. But when the club comes into the ball and the leading edge gets below the equator with the handle forward and the divot is in front of the ball, that ball goes up in the air every single time. And you have to learn to trust that that club head is going to catch up with the left arm. This is its natural condition. This is the way the club wants to be. This is not natural. So as we swing through, if we just allow that club to fall and stay in line with our left arm, we won't be flipping and we'll be getting this leading edge below the equator. And that's it. That's all you need to know about golf. Okay. The divot's always in front of the ball. The hands are always over the golf ball. Okay? The weight needs to be forward in order to do that. Always down, out, and forward. It's not back up and in, okay? Back up and in is when you flip. So the club head goes back, it goes up, and it continues to go in, and it knocks you back on that right foot. And then your quest is, how do I finish on the left leg? Well, you can't, because your path isn't down, out, and forward. See how my arms are free from my body? The club is always traveling down, out, and forward. So in your mind, that club is traveling along this line. But your body is turning this way. If you think impact and setup are the same, you're wrong. We're standing neutral over the ball at setup. The club head's directly behind the golf ball. At impact, we're forward. And you see how that face is slightly open? We're actually hitting the inside F quadrant of that golf ball. As our arms are swinging out to the right, our body is turning left, and that's what pulls that club back on the target line. If we try to hit the back end of the ball, that's swinging left, and the noodle just told us. So your arms have to swing down, out, and forward, so you feel like you're swinging to right field. The body turning left, those two opposing directions, body left, arms going right, produce straight. That's golf in a nutshell for swing mechanics. It's a lot of information. So what I want to do now is get everybody out there in a station and see how well I communicated the basics of these fundamentals. Okay? Any questions before you run off? Nope, I think I said enough. Okay.